I'm Danielle Bryk. I've been renovating homes for 10 years.
Oh, look, it's like a piñata.
And I have a real passion for tackling tough home renovation projects.
They want it to look completely original.
It's not looking good.
This week, I'm tackling a kitchen in a 1920s semi-detached home that is really narrow and tight.
It would be really great if we could improve the flow.
The cabinets are old, the floors are peeling, and it doesn't tie into the rest of the house. And that's not all. Despite being the homeowner's favorite feature, the hardwood floors are too old to refurbish.
Keeping these existing hardwood floors is something I promised I would do.
And an unexpected issue with the furnace room has suffocated my budget.
Can you find the money?
No.
Today, I'm meeting with Angie and Mike, who are the parents of 2 growing teenage boys.
And go like this.
Angie and Mike desperately need me to open up their cramped kitchen while maintaining the character of the rest of the home.
We really want to make it a lot more functional and improve upon the flow. I'm not really liking the character that was added into this kitchen. You can see stock cabinetry and really poor workmanship. We'd certainly like to make sure that the quality of the kitchen stands up to the character and the quality of the rest of the house.
Are you liking the galley style of it?
Not particularly. Our dining room is on the other side of this wall. I like to cook. The kids do a lot of homework. It would just be really nice. I can sort of chat with them, make sure they're not making faces at me on the other side of the wall.
You really want to know that?
Yeah. It's really, really critical for us to get rid of that wall. Why don't we quickly look at the dining room and you can sort of get a sense of what I'm talking about. Thank you. Wow. I mean, again, there's an incredible amount of character in this home.
I love this house, and I love that they've preserved the woodwork, and it feels like just a gem.
It would be wonderful if we could retain all of the natural woodwork in the home. I think that might help our budget a bit.
What is your budget, just out of?
Maximum $55,000.
Okay.
I think that was scoping out everything that we've asked for and hoping we could squeeze it in under that number.
The only thing that I'm really concerned about is the fact that we're going to be losing an entire bank of cabinets here.
If we're taking away the wall and taking away some counter space, they need somewhere to put their food and also to prep the food.
What about flooring?
Oh, you don't like our peel and stick tile?
I like it fine.
You know, we love the original hardwood floors in the home.
Like, is hardwood your first choice?
That was one of the things that sold us in this house, really, was the hardwood floors.
That would be fantastic if we could do that, and I think that would make Mike really happy too.
I can totally picture in my head what these guys would like as a cooking experience, as a gathering experience, and I think I can provide that, but there are going to be challenges.
Yeah,
Whatever
okay.
makes my wife happy, that's what we need.
Oh, you are a
So
smart
sweet.
man.
That's a good answer.
Currently, the main floor consists of a living room, a separate dining room, and a tight galley kitchen. I plan to remove the structural wall that separates the kitchen and the dining room and install a support beam. I'll remove the peel and stick kitchen floor and install hardwood floors that match the dining room and the living room, as Mike has hoped. I'll give them new custom cabinets and a new peninsula to add valuable workspace and create a more social kitchen. For the dining room, I'll use their current table and hutch, but I'll reconfigure them with a modern spin.
There's so much bottlenecking here, and I think that's the part that bothers me the most about this kitchen. So this is this gorgeous 100-year-old paneling, and we are going to try to take this off as carefully as possible. We're salvaging it so that we can carry this character into the kitchen. I really love that feeling when it comes down, and you just, like, right away you get the impression of what the room is going to look like. Look at that, it's so much better.
We're opening up the ceiling so that we can install a beam to take the place of the structural wall. It's not cheap, but budget-wise, I always knew this was going to be in the scope of work. And honestly, it's not an option. This is what we have to do to give Angie and Mike what they want.
Oh, look, it's like a piñata. Oh, this is not fun. Rob, can I ask you something?
That's it.
These floors are almost 100 years old, and this stuff runs through the entire main floor. They love it. They're not interested in a new floor. So I want to carry this floor into here and sand and stain it all to match, because they want it to look completely original.
But it looks like they've been sanded before.
The rule of thumb here is sand 3 times, and we've already got nails showing through it.
So do you think I can do it? Can I sand it one more time?
No, absolutely not. This really all should come up.
Oh, God.
Keeping these existing hardwood floors throughout is something I promised I would do.
Nice to meet you. Angie and Mike's $55,000 renovation seemed easy enough.
We really want to make it a lot more functional.
The 150-square-foot kitchen was falling apart and too small for a growing family of 4.
Are you liking the galley style of it?
Not particularly.
Now, unexpected wear on the hardwood floors has not only eaten into my budget, but has forced me to replace the one thing Mike cared about most.
This really all should come up.
So we have to take out the whole thing.
This floor's got to come up. We've got to sheet the entire space with plywood and then put a new floor on top.
I'm a stickler for the old school stuff, you know, and I love being able to match that 100-year-old floor. It adds something to a space that you can't replicate. So I'm really bummed that I can't do that. So what are we talking to replace the whole thing?
There's about 500 square feet.
To pull this up, to put subfloor over the entire floor the same level, probably like $1,800 to $2,000 on top of this floor already.
We've taken a huge hit on the budget and also a hit on the integrity of what I was trying to do.
I broke the news about the floor to Angie and Mike, and thankfully, they've decided to absorb the extra cost and replace the floors in the dining room and living room.
It's still gonna look like the oak strip that was originally in the house, and that is so important, preserving that original character. You know what, the floor is really brittle, it's cracking, it's coming up so easily, so that's a sign that this is the right thing to do.
Put your back into it, girl.
Actually, I'm kind of glad, because I haven't had a chance to get to the gym for a very, very, very long time. That's almost up. I just need to find something now that's gonna match with the character of this house. Taking this wall down is the key to this renovation. Angie and Mike need a space that works for their family. Right now, it's tiny, it's so bottlenecked. Angie's totally separated from the family when she's cooking, and they're big foodies. Rob and the guys already have a shoring wall up there, so we're gonna put the second one in, and then we're gonna take the framing out and then work on putting a flush mount beam in there. So it's a lot of work, but so worth it. So now that we've got these shoring walls up, we're ready to take this wall down, and we're not just gonna be swinging wildly at it. We have to be a little bit precise with this. We're gonna take it down one at a time, and we're gonna be careful for all of these mechanics that are in here. So the wall is out. Now we can start doing the structural reinforcements, and then we can take these down. Feels great in here, doesn't it? It's like 400 or 500 pounds.
Mouty, head towards Tony and get it up on those plates.
We have to remove these studs one at a time so that we can maneuver this beam through and then replace them immediately. It's crazy.
Now pull it towards us. Oh,
No, it's gotta go back towards you.
Back towards you.
Oh my God. This is so tight that we actually have to pop through that exterior wall, push the beam all the way through, lift it into place here, and then push it back. Yes! Oh my God! Yay! Woo! Good work! Oh my God, that was like a Herculean effort. Says me, who was not underneath this beam sweating. That was nuts.
So all the structure's complete, so the shoring walls are down. We've put the flush mount beam in, so we can keep this project rolling now. Today, we're gonna install the subfloor. It's a bit of a drag that we couldn't run the original flooring throughout, but now that we're replacing it, at least we can do it properly.
So we always glue the floor as well as screwing it to the joists. It sounds like my bones creaking. So we've pre-marked the joists here, and that's gonna help us so that we can screw the subfloor right to the joist, which will eliminate any squeaking in the floors. All right, so this floor is prepped for hardwood. It's amazing, it feels totally solid. Hey.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good-ish.
Ish? Are we ready for the floor?
The flooring is completely ready.
Okay.
There's an issue before that.
So what's going on?
We had to move the rad slightly to get the subfloor in, and the heat's been going off. So I came down to check the lines in the furnace room, and the lines are fine. It's just, there are 3 lines in here just wrapped in asbestos.
This is a nightmare. We're talking about asbestos. Like, it's not something we can put off. It has to happen now. I can't believe this.
Mike and Angie have had enough of their kitchen.
Are you liking the Galley style of it?
Not particularly.
The cramped space and the vinyl tiles have to go. And when they told me the budget, I thought, no problem.
Okay.
I even told them I could run the same floor that's in the house into the kitchen. Well, the floors were in too rough shape to keep, and now we've discovered another problem: asbestos. So much for my budget.
It's not something we can put off. It has to happen now. How much is it gonna cost to get rid of?
It should be no more than $1,500, $1,700. Can you find the money?
No. We're done up there. Everything's ordered. We're like on the home stretch. We were on the home stretch. We're at the point where everything's been accounted for. I've budgeted accordingly. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, I've been holding back that extra few $1,000s. All right. I'll talk to Angie. So we're moving on this asbestos removal. It's so important that we get this done. This is a very high traffic area. What we're doing today is a glove bag method, which is great because it means we don't have to tent off the entire area. So all told, this is gonna come in at about $1,000. I can handle that. This is way more important. The asbestos removal technician starts by cleaning the area, vacuuming all of the dust. He then creates a sealed area by wrapping the pipes in plastic, which then becomes his sealed bag. He carefully removes all of the asbestos paper and drops it to the bottom of the bag, which is sealed off and removed from the area. It feels really good to have this taken care of. To me, as a mom, clean air is so important. It's a matter of safety, it's a matter of health. So this is a small price to pay. I know it was so hard for Angie and Mike to conceive of giving up that old hardwood. They just wanted to preserve the character as much as possible. But this stuff replicates it really well. It's still the same strip oak, but it's got the 3/4 inch depth that the new hardwoods have. So it's much more solid. Once it's finished, stained, all of that, they will hardly be able to tell the difference, except there'll be no creaking. All right, so this one here, this one over here. This peninsula is gonna be a very social area, which is great. So bar stools here, really gonna connect the 2 spaces, and we're doing tall cabinetry here because we did lose a lot of storage space. That is the one thing when you remove a wall, you do have to make up for that. Is that one of mine? With these tiles going in, I'm getting such a sense for what this space is gonna be, and it's what I envisioned the first time I walked through this house, and I hope it's what Angie and Mike envisioned as well. That looks great. Once this is dry, we can grout it. Then it's the countertops and the appliances, so we are so close. I'm really getting excited. The guys are bringing the soapstone counters in as we speak. It for sure weighs about 600 pounds. I decided to go with soapstone in here because I feel that the warmth and the character of the stone is the perfect complement to this kitchen. I love this. I'm so excited because I love this product. It has all of the beauty and the character that marble does. Look at this gorgeous veining in through here, but it's got the durability that this family needs. The guys are just adjusting this for the sink because we've got a really big, really deep sink here. So they're just going to cut out what we need. Right now, this is a very matte, kind of dull green gray, but we are gonna be adding a beeswax to it that's gonna make it feel so much richer and darker. I really love this space. I love how it's coming together. And so much went into it. I mean, taking this wall down was such an ordeal. And then we had to strip a lot of that character that Angie and Mike loved so much. So, you know, I've tried to reproduce it as best I could. I really just hope they like it.
Homeowners Angie and Mike desperately want to blow out their kitchen on a $55,000 budget.
I think that was scoping out everything that we've asked for and hoping we could squeeze it in under that number.
Angie was hoping for an open-style kitchen,
It's really critical to get rid of that wall.
while Mike insisted on salvaging the hardwood floors.
Those floors look so kick-ass and the woodwork around.
But wear and tear on the existing floors
Oh, God.
and an asbestos problem in the basement
Gotta find the money for it.
caused my budget to explode.
All right, I'll talk to Angie.
Now it's time to see if I was able to give them the kitchen Angie dreamed of and maintain the character Mike hoped for. I am so excited to show Angie and Mike this space.
I'm so excited. A little bit nervous around what she was able to accomplish. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
The old kitchen was a galley. It was very tight. So I've created one space that is not a separate living and dining room. It is just this gathering space for family. What do you think?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
It's pretty impressive, I gotta say.
Ridiculously amazing. It's just beautiful. I mean, she's incorporated all of the finishing details that, you know, I've dreamt about having in the kitchen.
I wanted to keep this feeling so airy, so open shelves, and then ran the backsplash all the way up so that it kind of draws your eye.
And the floors.
They look like the floors that would have been here originally.
We've got a proper subfloor. It has the character, but it has the benefit of everything that's new.
You replicated the original trim.
I just wanted everything that we put in here to look like it was always here. We went through great pains to save this wood, make sure it didn't get damaged, and then what we salvaged from this wall, I was able to use and wrap it around the kitchen so that it totally unifies the space.
Having some of that older stuff in there makes it look so much better. Yeah, it looks classic.
And it
which is
does.
cool.
It has a classic look to it for sure. Oh my gosh, and the countertops?
Oh,
They are stunning.
Are spectacular.
it's non-porous, it's heat resistant. What I love about it though is you still get that natural beauty.
I think it's safe to say this is the real highlight of the kitchen.
It is a highlight for me.
And this is the new dining area.
Oh my gosh, Danielle, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks huge. Like we could fit 20
does.
people in here now. instead of
But
6.
cozy.
Yeah, it is. The biggest challenge construction-wise was removing the wall and all of that structural, but design-wise, the biggest challenge was merging the two spaces style-wise. We were able to reuse your table, which works great here. It's the proper scale for this room, and then we've got this cozy banquette.
People are gonna fight for that spot, I think. Absolutely.
It's a great vantage point.
One cohesive space, lots of entertaining gonna happen there.
Angie, I know you said you felt cut off before when you were prepping in the kitchen, and now it's just much more conducive to entertaining.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna bring our family that much more together and be much more of a social gathering space. You've done an incredible job, Danielle. I really, really want to thank you for the care and the effort that you put into this space.
I really appreciate the fact that you guys have such amazing taste and you appreciate quality. And so how that translates budget-wise is that your finishes, including your appliances, are coming in at $30,000 and labor and materials at $25,000. We did go over, however, because we found the asbestos in the basement, and that was $1,200 to remediate. And then we did all of the flooring on the main floor, which was an extra $5,000, for a total of $61,200.
Worth every penny.
This is exactly what we wanted. That's unusual.
Exactly what we wanted, but really, I think, exceeded our expectations. Thank you so much for everything. It's been wonderful working with you.
Oh, I really enjoyed
Thank you.
this.
It's been excellent.
I love working with clients who appreciate quality. Really, I just feel so lucky. Just seeing them enjoy it like this, it's just such a payoff.
Who's gonna be sitting here all the time?
Me.